I'm at a spot. I got a high tone. I'm at a spot and there's dirt. Look, there's a hole. Look what's in this hole. I've already poured it out and looked at it. That is the end of a knife blade, bayonet blade, or something. This is an old military type area training ground. One of the remote parts of it. And look at that. There's no more in the hole. That's okay. Isn't that cool? I think it's so cool. So now, I thought that was something. I think that's I think they call those rocks. I like rocks. I want to take care of this turf though, because it's so pretty. This is like a piece of chocolate. Look at that beautiful plug. I gotta break it. There's something in here. I just could not tell. It had kind of a high tone. Where are you? Oh, did you fall? I dropped it. No way. I'm having pinpointer difficulties. Hold on. Different hole, different pod. Because the other one just wasn't worth the effort. Actually, oh, there it is. That's not it. Oh, that is a larva. I'll put that back. This sound was, oh, there it is. Oh, it's a coin. No, it's not. I believe that is a tax token. Man, I barely got a little peep off of that thing. Let me clean it up. There's one side. I haven't done a lot of scraping on that, but look at this. Boom. Alabama Department of Revenue. Isn't that neat? I gently scraped on it with a steel brush as hard as I could. Okay, I gently scraped on it. Isn't that neat? God, just barely got off a little peepsly, leapsly. Plugulation is quite nice too. Look at it just sitting there. Isn't that beautiful? Some people rag me about the way I dig a hole. This is a 56 to 62. You're never supposed to use your pinpointer for digging. Pushing is another story. It's the 60-something number I'm looking for. Look at that. That is a beautiful buried piece of chewing gum paper. Actually, it is not. See, what I'm looking for out here is any pins or badges or anything like that. Not badgers, because they don't have metal on them. This is the spot where I found the, what is that? Where I found that rosette, that bridle rosette. Not like groom and bridle, but horse and bridle. I don't know what that is. which is probably one of my favorite finds of all time. It's big and round like the big old Civil War rosettes that all you professionals find in your Civil War backyard. But in Alabama, we do pre-World War I-ish kind of, sort of, up to now. So it's awesome. It's got this eagle on it. It's really cool. I forget what the video is, but if you want to see it, go find it. Okay, I don't know what that is, but we'll go somewhere else. A minute ago it was hitting the 80s and 90s, but it is a very deep something with a nice sound. It's not that, it's about 6 inches deep, but there is a pretty serious rock in there. Not a rocking chair, a rock in there. So it is under the rock. Okay, hold on. Check it out. I about scooped its little eyeballs out. Here it is, hanging in the side. What is it? It's green. It's brass. It's screaming, "I'm a military artifact. Clean me up, love me, and enjoy me for the rest of your life." And again, it could be saying, "I'm simply a washer." Oh, you know what that is? That is a greenish brass piece of metal. It looks like, let me clean it a little bit. Okay, I thought it was a lock where you put a key in it, and it could have possibly been. It's about that thick. The thing is, look, it looks like it had one time had a black rubber washer around it. It's heavy. He ain't heavy. What do you think that is? You know, there was a fella I hadn't seen, watched my videos in a while, he used to comment all the time, Brian. He is pretty sharp on the military stuff. If you're still out there, help a brother out. What do y'all think? You may stop moving it around? You ever see somebody show something and go, "Oh man, what do you think?" It's impressive too, isn't it? I thought this was going to be another piece of foil. I have pulled several pieces of foil out of the ground. Let me get that little worm back in there first. You got to be careful when you remove worms, because then when you go to stomp the hole, stop moving. When you go to stomp the hole back together, you end up crushing their little melons. Look at that. That looks like it's really small. Than a 12 gauge head stamp. I think it's time to clean. Anybody want to guess what gauge that is before we clean it? Okay, I didn't hear anything, so I'm gonna clean it. Alright, got it cleaned up. All I can see is Winchester Ranger. It's a 20 gauge, so it's a little bit smaller gauge head stamp. It says Winchester Ranger number 20, and it says made in the USA. I thought it was, could be in the 20s or 30s, but I think from what I remember, the USA stamp makes it a little later, so maybe the 40s. Pretty neat, huh? Probably a bird shot or something like that. I love head stamps. I love them because you can take them out of the ground, scratch the daylights out of them with a heavy-duty steel brush, and you still get words. Thank you for visiting. That's what I'm talking about. That's anywhere from 40s into 50s. That's what I usually dig up. It's a piece of foil, but I keep them because they're lovely. To do my part in getting every piece of foil out of this yard, I dug this. You may say to yourself, so, it's not a piece of foil. No, it's not, but it rang up in the 40s. You know, when somebody lost that off there, what is that? That's off a lawnmower. I can't remember what that piece is. Oh, I know what that is. You unscrew it's underneath your seat, right? And you unscrew it, and it just unscrews a little bit, and you slide your seat forward and back, and you screw it down, and you're done. So when you lose this, you're really mad because your seat slides around. So what I do is de-dirt it, rescue any itty bitty worms. Oh, somebody looking for their mama. Get in the hole. Don't put us in a man purse. Work on hole integrity and move on. Alright, AT Pro, signal was a 60. There it is. What do you think that is? I'm gonna guess. I thought it was an arrow. I guess I gotta get out of the dirt to find out, huh? I either snapped it in half or halfway snapped it. It was an arrow, look. It's got a little camo on it. There are a substantial amount of deer tracks out here, and I'm actually under a pretty nice white oak tree. But this is the only piece. There's another little itsy bitsy teeny weeny piece right there, so I don't know where the rest of it is. It's an old aluminum arrow. If it was carbon, it wouldn't have picked it up to begin with. Minimal remediation needed. Call it a hole. I've got a situation to be reckoned with. I have a pretty good signal. There's a 60 to 72 in this ant bed. That is a deer track. Anybody in there? There's not many people. So I'm gonna dig it. Surprising, but the ants aren't too bad. There's still a little bit of a chill in the air. It's so sandy out here. That is a modern library scent. I guess the ants took it down there to, might have been their dining room table. Whoa. You never know, people repurpose things for different reasons. Last hole. We're here in the middle of this cabbage. Sticks, 60s and 70s. I've got to go. I've got to meet a fella from Alabama Power. About something powerful. I want you to be able to participate in this excavation. Gosh, there's so many rocks. What do you think it is? 61-ish. I see you. Maybe I don't. Alright, I'm gonna hang on. This is a most lovely piece of metal. I don't know, maybe it's an old-timey headband. Hold your hair up. Problem is, I've got to get this rock back in the same place, right amount of sunshine, and we'll take our treasure. Let's go see what we found. It's not a lot, but it's neat. That's neat, isn't it? I really think that's the end of a bayonet or something. There's a piece of that arrow. I actually followed it, and I could have probably got the whole thing out in multiple pieces. There's a little 20 gauge head stamp. That's the coolest. And then my little tax token. And here's the item question. You know, if I clean it a little more, there could possibly be a number on it. Then there's more trash. I've already dumped a lot. Oh, I forgot my other thing. I dropped it on the ground. But I picked up these off the side of a railroad track to send the fella who wanted some. So I finally got that done. Anyway, that's it for now. I gotta go. Gotta meet the Alamo Power guy. Thanks for watching my videos.